That's Kris Bowers on stage playing alongside scenes from the acclaimed Netflix miniseries When They See Us. It's just one of the many projects that the composer has worked on. Blockbuster movies, hit TV shows, documentaries, and even a video game. Bowers has composed and scored it all. Oh, and did we mention he's just 32 years old? I spoke with him about his journey at the Colburn School in downtown Los Angeles, the same place where he took music classes growing up. You can't see Kris Bowers in this scene or this one, but you can hear him.
I don't know if people know that many film composing names outside of the industry, to be honest. I feel like maybe one or two.
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah.
Let's name them.
John Williams and Quincy Jones, maybe?
Oh,
yeah. What were you going to say?
Can I add Kris Bowers to the list?
Sure, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Bowers' musical journey began 32 years ago, before he was even alive.
My dad told me the other day, I didn't even realize the story, but he said he was driving in the car and heard some piano music and got really emotional. And my dad that's very far from who my dad is. And he said he came home that night and told my mom that they had to have a son and he was gonna play piano. And they put piano music on my mom's stomach. And then from the time I was born, set out to find the best education for me and find a way to make it happen.
Born and raised in Los Angeles, he started piano lessons at age 4. It didn't take long to see and hear that there was something special there. While it was classical that brought him in, it was another sound that made him stay.
It wasn't until I found jazz and improvisation that all of a sudden it was my thing. All of a sudden it was like, oh, I'm expressing myself, I'm like coming up with stuff, I'm writing my own music. And then, especially being an introvert, but also a pretty emotional kid, I feel like now I can put any moments that I'm really sad or mad or any of those things into the piano, and I felt like it was a release and a meditative thing that I didn't even realize until much later.
In 2006, Bowers went off to Juilliard, the only jazz pianist enrolled that year.
Please say hello to Kris Bowers.
In 2011, something else happened. He won the prestigious Thelonious Monk Jazz Piano Competition, leading to a record deal and a huge fan.
I do my set and I come off stage, and as I'm still trying to shake off the nerves, somebody's like, hey, somebody wants to meet you out front. Do you mind? And as I'm walking to the front, they're like, by the way, it's Aretha Franklin you're about to meet. And I'd never been speechless really before meeting anybody. And I just was like, I'm such a fan, I'm such a fan, I'm such a fan. Like I just kept repeating myself. It's like, didn't really know what to say.
Aretha's publicist became Bowers' first manager, launching his composing career. The 2013 documentary, Elaine Stritch, Shoot Me, was his debut. He was only 29 years old.
Green Book.
When he composed 2019's Best Picture winner, Green Book.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Don Shirley Trio.
Bowers may not have been seated at the piano, that's him standing nearby, but his hands were on the keys.
He wanted somebody that could teach Mahershala piano.
One more time.
Possibly play piano for him and also score the film.
He wouldn't have to wait long to be back at the Oscars. This time, nominated as co-director for this year's Best Short Documentary, A Concerto is a Conversation. A 13-minute tribute to his grandfather and the dry cleaning business he built in the face of adversity in South Central Los Angeles.
People are constantly throwing up things to stop you in life.
One of the biggest things was really putting into context the time and the age in which he did that, and looking at what he was doing at 21 years old or 22 years old, like starting this business and a family and all of that. Being a Black man at that time, I feel like it made me feel even more thankful for like not only what he did, but also the fact that I don't have to deal with nearly the level of what he's dealing with.
Enter Bridgerton, the most watched show in Netflix history. It's also the project for which he just received 2 Emmy nods.
Once we found the sound of the show, we found some of our themes, then I was able to really focus on how to take those themes throughout the season and look at how the characters are moving throughout their relationships and everything.
Kris Bowers' legacy grew even bigger this month.
Everything in between these 4 lines is work.
With this summer's blockbuster sequel, Space Jam, a new legacy, composed during COVID.
Studying the old Looney Tunes, studying how they write.
If we're going out loony.
Really, once I dove deep into that, I feel like I felt a little bit more comfortable about trying to figure out my version of that for this film.
These days, Bowers is working on the 2nd season of Bridgerton and several other projects on the horizon. You've done it all. You told Deadline, I feel like the luckiest man alive. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like I get to do this every day as my job. You know, get to explore like the meaning of life through music. I feel like it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Did I mention he's a nice guy?
Wow.
Really nice guy. Well, you know, he has a resume of a 60-year-old, and it just doesn't stop. I mean, he's working on the biopic, or he worked on Respect, the biopic on Aretha Franklin, who, full circle moment, she helped him get into the business of this. And also King Richard, the father of Venus and Serena Williams, that movie that's coming out in the fall. Yeah, so a lot going on, and he just got married, folks.
Wow, a lot going on.
Yeah,
Can't
a
wait
lot.
to see.
Really good stuff. Nice job, Michelle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jack saw Space Jam at the drive-in.
You love it?
I know it's gotten some mixed reviews, but he said it was amazing.
Okay.
I'll ask him about the music now.
Yeah, you must.
Yeah.